How are you? Welcome to At Home with my Canes, and thank you very much for joining me today. If you are new here, thank you very much for clicking on this video and welcome. And if you don't mind, please do consider liking and subscribing to this page and support us. We are on the journey to 1,000 subscribers, so all your support is very welcomed. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and thank you very much for your support. So today, what we're talking about is how I manage my grocery shopping on a tight budget. We all know these days the economy is just doing its own thing and it's not cooperating with anyone whatsoever. So a lot of people are living on a very tight budget and they have to manage their grocery shopping and all the other living expenses with the budgets that they are currently on. And it's not a very easy thing. If you are used to a certain kind of life, you are used to having certain things at certain times, it can be very difficult. But here are some of the things that I use to manage that little problem. So I don't know, maybe this will help somebody to incorporate some new things that they've not been doing into their routine, or it will help you to correct us and help us also to incorporate some of the things that you think we can do to manage our budgets and our grocery bills. So if you see me looking down, don't mind. I have my notebook here. I've written down some notes so that I do not forget anything. So let's just get into this. What I do, the first thing, is to set a specific budget that I want to spend on my groceries. I do not leave the house. In fact, I do not wait until the money is in the account so that I can set my budget. I know how much money is coming, and that might not be the case for everyone. But this is what I try to do before the money comes. I make a budget. And on my budget, I have a specific amount that is dedicated to groceries, and I try to stick to that. What I have started doing this year is I have set that budget, and when I go shopping, I actually go and get the cash, use the cash instead of the card. So I try not to even carry the card when I'm going shopping so that I stick to the budget and buy only what I can manage on that budget. So I carry the cash to the shops. That's how I manage to stay on my budget even when there are so many things that are tempting out there. That is what I do. And then the second thing is I prepare a meal plan. Normally I prepare a meal plan for the whole month, and that meal plan I use it month after month because these are things that we eat and we do not really get bored with the things that we eat. So that's how we do it. Meal plan once a year, depending on what I've decided to incorporate or what I've decided to take out of our meal plan. So I use the same meal plan January to December. It's for 30 days. By the time the next month rolls in, we have forgotten that we ate that thing anyway. So it will be new again. So in the meal plan, every meal plan will look different for different people because people have different dietary necessities and they have different budgets and different things that they like to eat. So on your meal plan, do not just take somebody's meal plan maybe from Pinterest or download from Google. Try to personalize your meal plan to your family. I'm going to do a video on this in my next video that I'm doing on how I do my meal plan. So we'll talk more on meal planning in the next video. But what I do after I have my meal plan is I write a grocery list with that meal plan. Using what is on the menu for the whole month, I put pen and paper down and I start writing what I will need to create these meals that I have put on my meal plan. So this helps me to also cut down on food waste because I do not then buy so many potatoes knowing that I will only need to cook potatoes twice this month. I do not buy so many of a certain thing because I know that I am only going to need enough for this many meals through the month. It helps me also to have meals that I know can last me from the first of the month to the end of the month. Of course, you might need to buy a few extras here and there just if you have visitors or something comes up, or maybe you decide to switch things up one day and maybe order out or go out or something. But basically, sticking to the meal plan is also one of the things that helps me to write my list, go to the shops with a grocery list. So I'm not just picking random things from the shelves because they look nice. I am being very strategic with how I'm shopping from before I even leave the house. I know exactly what I need to buy and how much of what I need to buy. The third thing that I do is before I go out to the shops, the day of or the day before, I just scroll through the internet or on Facebook, just find catalogs of the shops that I normally go to see what they have on special, because a lot of times, especially on month ends, most shops have specials. They have things that they put on special for month end shoppers, knowing that most people are going to be buying a lot of things at the end of the month. So that helps me know where I'm getting what produce so that I can also plan my shopping trip. Like where I stay, there is Pick and Pay, ShopRite, and Boxer in the same mall. So I know that I need to look through Pick and Pay catalogs, Boxer catalogs, and ShopRite catalogs to see what they have on special. And if it's not on special, if like something that I like to use is not on special and there is something else that I can substitute with that is on special, I use that as a time for me to try out something new. I am not really a person who is very stuck on brands and maybe say I have specific brands that I look for in the shops. There are certain things, of course, that you prefer a certain brand, but with most of the things, I'm very flexible. I just pick whatever is cheaper at the time that I'm doing my shopping. So I find that looking at specials also helps you to just find other options that might be cheaper and save you some money when you are out shopping. That helps quite a lot. And then this is one of those things that a lot of people do not really take seriously. It sounds like a very silly idea, but it will help you. Trust me, I have been there. So the next thing is you need to eat before you go shopping. It's a small thing. It sounds very silly and insignificant, but trust me on this. If you go to the shops hungry, this is how you end up falling prey to all this impulse shopping because you are so hungry. Now you're just thinking about convenient foods that you can eat because you are hungry. You're now buying pies and you're buying other things that you wouldn't have otherwise bought if you had just eaten before you leave. Like our mothers used to say when we were growing up, when we get to the shops and we see all these beautiful things and we're like, can you buy this for me? Can you buy this for me? And our mothers will be like, there's food at home. We are now the mothers and we are now the adults and we have got to say there is food at home to ourselves also, not just to our kids. We need to start with us. It starts with us. I don't know if you have ever read that book. I know it's trending right now, but yeah, it starts with us. We've got to eat and learn how to control ourselves and control impulse buying by eating at home. You have food at home. Eat before you go. So yeah, I'm now rambling, but let's carry on. The next thing that you should try is to buy your fruits and vegetables from vendors. If you have access to vendors in your area where you stay, try and support them. You are supporting small businesses, you are supporting small entrepreneurs who are trying to make it, trying to put food on their children's tables. So, yeah, Why not? Support them. And most of these people, they go straight to the markets and they buy produce for a much cheaper price. And because they do not have a lot of overheads, they do not overprice the things that they are selling. So they might be getting the produce from the same place that your supermarket is getting them from, but because they don't have overheads like rent and employee salaries and all these other things that they need to take care of, their prices are usually much, much cheaper than the shops. And it's usually very fresh because they do not have the capacity to keep too many vegetables and fruits in their homes. They do not have the capacity to carry so many fruits and vegetables from the market. They usually carry small amounts and they have very fresh produce. So consider buying from them. The other alternative is, if you are able to, go to the market yourself. Maybe group up with your friends, 2 or 3 friends, and decide to go. Like if you are in Joburg, you can go to City Deep Market. On weekends, just go and grab vegetables for you and your group of friends. You share, because things are pretty cheap there. I've never done it myself because, well, I'm too lazy for that. But I do buy my fruits and veggies from the vendors that are then selling coming from the market. And I find that it saves me a lot of money. That's one way that you can save money on your shopping. And the next point is, if you usually fall prey to impulse buying when you are at the shop. We know, guys, there are those people who will leave the house to go grab some bread and milk from the shops, and then they come back with 6 shopping bags of groceries, and you're like, how much bread and milk are you buying? So sometimes, I mean, it happens to the best of us, really. I can say it has never happened to me, but if you do find yourself buying a lot of things on impulse like that, consider getting grocery delivery services. There are a lot of companies that I'm not going to mention here because they are not sponsoring this channel. So you know who they are. The companies that provide grocery delivery services and the shops that provide those services. So you can sign up, buy your groceries online, and have them delivered to your house. It saves you on time. It also is offset by the transport money that you are going to use to go to the shops, and the time that you are going to use in the shops. You can now spend it on something else, and it saves you from impulse buying because you are now only getting bread and milk that you wanted to get, and nothing more, nothing less. So that's another option that you can consider. And I have had a lot of people talking about how it has helped them to stay on budget because they are usually prone to buying things on impulse. The next point is, consider buying offal meats. For those of us who do eat meat, consider buying offal meats instead of buying the premium cuts for your everyday use. There are days that you want to have the premium cuts. You want to have the lamb chops, you want to have the oxtail and all those. Plan for those days. But on every other normal day, consider incorporating offal meats. I will put pictures on the screen of the offal meat options that you can consider: beef liver, mohodu, chicken feet, chicken livers, gizzards, and so forth and so forth. So consider that, because they are usually cheaper packaging. So that's another way that you can cut down on your grocery bill. And then the last point is to cook your food from scratch. If you know you're going to be busy this week, you can possibly try to meal prep or batch cook, which is my favorite thing. I love batch cooking. I'm already cooking beef. I might as well cook beef for the next 3-4 days. Some people don't like that option, but it's an option that really works out very well for me, because on days that I'm very tired or I'm very busy, I do not have time to cook from scratch, then it means I'm not having to buy food from restaurants and have food delivered to my house. I just go to the freezer and grab a ready-made stew and just cook some rice while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. Or even my kids are old enough to make some simple meals. My kids can make the rice while the stew is defrosting and warming up. So that is one of the options that you can consider when you're cutting your grocery bill. Try to cook all your meals from scratch. It will help you quite a lot. And there's nothing that beats a home cooked meal, really. So yeah, that's just about what I have on my list today. So guys, if you have watched to this point, thank you very much for staying on, and please do share on the comment section what you think I can do different, what you think you are going to be incorporating into your grocery shopping, that what tips that have helped you from this video, and also share more tips. If you have other tips that you think can help somebody out there, share tips. Let's help each other to stay on budget. Let's help each other to keep ourselves in check when it comes to our grocery shopping. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me today, and have a blessed day and a blessed week. Thank you so much. See you on the next video. Bye.